Yeah, kill the fly. I mean, right now, I guess I'll just do a video of me talking about my Tourette's, because why not? Um, so, I mean, I guess what I'll do is start off from when I first got diagnosed with it. I mean, when I first noticed it, my parents would tell me, Brendan, stop making those noises. And they would tell me to stop making the noises because they didn't know, what Tourette's was at the time. So there was this one day when I was coming back from a baseball game, and I started twitching in the car, like I started like jumping back really fast, and my mom was freaking out. She was like, "Do you think you need to go to the doctor?" And I was like, I don't know. So, because I didn't know at the time, like I had no idea what it was. Um, like I was scared to talk to people because if I had talked to people and I started twitching, they'd be like, "Dude, what the hell is your problem?" And once I got diagnosed with it, it was a lot. I mean, it was still hard because I had anxiety and stuff, but like it was hard for me to go up to people and start talking or go into a group of people and talk to people, but my lizard's walking. What are you doing, bud? Hey, come here. Anyways, it was hard for me, to go in that group of people and talk. So that's why when I started going, when I first noticed it, I got taken out of school because I was having panic attacks in school and I was having anxiety attacks. So like, my mom took me out and there was this homeschool program you could do, which was like pretty cheap, and it was only for like, it was for elementary school and middle school, but for high school you had to do something different because you had to get your credits, and you couldn't get your credits through that online course. So I started doing that homeschool program in 5th grade, and I did it until I'd say midway through 6th, and I was like, dude, I kind of want to try and go back to, regular school. And then I went back for maybe, I don't even think I stayed for a day. I think I went for like a couple hours, and because I figured when I go back, I want to be just like the other kids, and I wanted to do everything normal. But I went into my first class, and I started like freaking out and having anxiety, so um, I forgot something in my locker, and the teacher told me to go get it, and I went to go get it, and I went to go, I think he wants to be in the video. Well, anyways, I went to my locker to get like, I think it was a book. Um, I didn't know my locker combination because I had just gotten to the school and they didn't show me anything. So I went there. Keep in mind, I was like 10 years old. I started like freaking out. I started having an anxiety attack. I started crying. I went back into the classroom and told the teacher I couldn't, or no, I think I just ran to the bathroom and started like freaking out. And then uh, I think I ended up going to the nurse or something, and then the nurse called my mom or something like that. And then they took me out, and then they figured out, or I basically figured out, well, I can't do this. So they put me in a smaller type of class where I could, get my work done with one teacher, like a one-on-one thing. And it was a lot, it was a lot easier for me. So I ended up getting through middle school, and then, well, actually, I ended up getting through 7th grade, and then 8th grade I did it again, did the smaller class again, and then towards the end of 8th grade I started going back into normal classes, and then freshman year in high school I did I did normal classes all year. Sophomore year I did normal classes until my anxiety and my Tourette's started picking up again. It was hard for me to get through the day of school in high school just because it's a bigger bigger school, there's more kids. Teachers are more strict, kind of. I mean, some people are. I would go to school and I'd start, like, as soon as I walk into the building, my anxiety picked up and I'd start freaking out. So I would go to guidance or whatever and get, go see my guidance counselor. And um, I think we had a meeting and I ended up telling them, I don't think I can do this anymore coming to school. So they set me up with a tutor for the end of the year for the last couple weeks, and then I did a little bit through this summer of the rest of my school year to finish all my work with the tutor. Yeah, I mean, having Tourette's is tough, and having anxiety is tough. I know a lot of people have anxiety, but not that many people have Tourette's. It's just something I have to deal with. I've learned to live with it, but it's still a pain in the ass sometimes. Like if I'm not on my, it's weird because if I'm not on my medicine sometimes, I'll be perfectly fine. If I'm on medicine, sometimes it'll be fine, and then sometimes it'll be terrible. In the end, you just gotta deal with it. It's just something you're not born with, but something that is part of your life. You just gotta deal with it. There's some things that I would do to help with it. My teachers or my guidance counselors would give me stress balls to squeeze while I'm in school. It didn't really help me, but I'm pretty sure it would help some other kids even if they have just anxiety. I mean, it might help with Tourette's too, just to help your tics like calm down, just by focusing on squeezing the ball. No, stop. If you keep moving, I'm putting you back in your tank. All right, you're going back in your tank. Okay. How do I deal with it while I'm riding my dirt bikes? Honestly, when I'm riding, it just goes away because when I'm focused on doing something, especially something that I really like, it doesn't, I don't know, just doesn't affect my Tourette's. But when I'm doing something that I don't enjoy, or that I'm nervous, or I'm having anxiety around, that's when my Tourette's will pick up. And I'm sure it's the same way with every other person with Tourette's. But yeah, the only thing that really helps my Tourette's is honestly riding my dirt bike. Just doing something that you love is something that can always help. Living with Tourette's is something that I'm always going to have to deal with. I don't like to think that I'm not normal. So if you have Tourette's, don't think that you're not normal. You're born with a challenge. Some people do have to deal with, I'm pretty sure a lot of people have to deal with anxiety, and a lot of people have to deal with other things that they have in their life that they're facing. I just don't think that Tourette's is something nearly as bad as what some people have. I don't like to think of Tourette's as something that's supposed to bring me down. I don't like to think of it as something that's bad in my life. I like to think of it as a challenge. Some people deal with anxiety, some people deal with other things. They just got to get through it. Yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to it. You just got to get through it. It's not like something that you should be embarrassed about if you have Tourette's. It's just something that's part of you.